More of Botham's legendary bowling now on ESPN Classic. It's 1981, and this is day 4 of the 4th Test.
It's Test match history.
Oh, beautiful stroke, beautiful stroke. And he's done it.
Welcome to the highlights of the final day's play of this Cornhill Test match. Very, very exciting, as indeed it was at Headingley. 9 for 1 they were at the start of play, and it didn't look to be an immense task, but we all saw what happened in the last Test match, and we all saw what pressure there is on batsmen when the bowlers and fielders and the opposition captain can keep the pressure right on them all the way through. Tremendous performance at Headingley, and everyone settled back, a big crowd at EDGBASTON, to see if the England team could repeat it. Just 1 run added to take the score along to 10 for 1 for the Australians. Bob Willis we pick up now, coming in from the City end. He's bowling to John Dyson. Here's Mike Smith, and with him is Peter Walker.
And John Dyson gets his second run of the morning, rather. 11 for 1 now. Nicely kept down by Alan Border. Just a single. And Alan Border gets his first run of the morning. Chris Holt to continue to John Dyson. Australia 14 for 1. That's a good stroke. That's really racing away. Gowers after it. May just catch it, but concedes it. And the first 4. 19 for 1. Australia needing 151 for victory in this, the 4th Cornhill Test. Well, that was only 7 to 8 inches above the top of the stumps, and he still managed to get underneath it.
And John Dyson under pressure, obviously, and he's getting into a little bit of difficulty here. And he wouldn't be the first fella to be out LBW, ducking a bouncer that didn't bounce.
Oh, there's a big shot, and that's it. Bob Willis has done it. Dyson is out. LBW, it didn't get up very high. It came back a wee bit off the wicket. And Dyson is out for 13, and the second Australian wicket goes down at 19. And every England player is around big Bob Willis.
And this time John Dyson doesn't go forward. So he's trying to come back now. And it keeps low, really, that's what did him.
Hughes off the mark, down to Geoffrey Boycott at 3rd man. It's a beautiful stroke, but straight down that man's throat. John Embry's done it. A beautiful looking stroke, but he obviously didn't keep it down, and he hit the only man down at deep backward square leg, John Embry, and it was right down his throat, and Kim Hughes is gone.
Graham Yallop, the new batsman, and Bob Willis, who gave him a very torrid time here in the first innings, going steaming in now. 3 slips, 2 short legs, and very, very nearly bowled in first ball. Just missed that off stump by a whisker.
Very close to the off stump, through the gate, and in fact, I think the slips and forward short leg are going up for a catch behind.
Gower's going back and Boycott's going back. I think the idea is that they'd like to give Yallop a single to bring him down to the other end. Well, he'll get a single, he'll get more than a single there. Not a good delivery, pitch round about leg stump, no trouble in flicking it away. And Graham Yallop decides that 2 is good enough. So Willis, once again, getting tremendous encouragement. Oh, that's a fine shot. Beautiful shot by Border, as good a shot as we've seen this morning. Just bringing the 2 runs. Chris Olds had a good morning spell in the field. Nice pick up, a lovely throw. And that's edge and it's dropped. Very low, difficult chance. In fact, I suppose there must be some doubt from our position here whether that carried. Get a better look from the camera at the far end.
Very full length. He's edged it. Oh yes. Just carried near Mike Brearley's right boot at first slip.
And he stroked it away over the top of slips. No joy at all, no justice really there for Bob Willis. Produced exactly the right type of ball he was looking for, and that really could have gone anywhere. No justice for the quick bowler.
And what a fine delivery.
It's been a 10-over spell for Bob Willis from that city end. Old Embury and Botham have held down the pavilion end. And that's beaten Gar. Willis is the man out of the boundary who will cut it off. No, he won't. That's a fine stroke, beautifully timed, and an indication of just how quick that outfield is. 50 up. 52 for 3. So it might have been the bounce that did him there more than the spin. Just perhaps pitching in that rough stuff.
Good piece of bowling, and it really did bounce. It's the first one from a spinner that has really bounced, and that was up in the air for a long time then.
He's timed that pretty well, way out into the outfield. Well, there's a bit of applause there for Embury, but I'm not sure that wasn't a pretty good shot from Graham Yallop. He just leaned forward, leaned into it. Well, just 2 more runs added up to lunch there to take that scorecard along to 62 for 3. And the Australians were doing it in, well, relative comfort there. Border 13 and Yallop 18. Yallop had gone through 1 or 2 unfortunate little patches, but he was still hanging in there at lunchtime. Just 53 runs added, so there's a lot of pressure out there from those England bowlers and fieldsmen and the skipper, Mike Brearley. 62 for 3, and they just needed 89 now, and that doesn't seem a very difficult target, does it? 89 to go, and still 7 wickets in hand. We pick up play now in the 3rd over. After lunch, John Embury, the off-spinner, is coming into bowl to Alan Border, and in the commentary box, Mike Smith and Jim Laker.
That's short and it's 4 runs. One of the few times that Embury has been offline, and it's been punished, and punished quite beautifully there by Alan Border. And well bowled. That's the best ball that we've seen from Embury today. Just that lack of little bit of pace. Pitching not in the rough, but on the good part of the wicket, found in the outside edge, and just short of Brearley in the gully. Gets runs there. Chase for Gooch, wide open space. There's only 3 men on the leg side for Chris Old. I'm not going to risk a third run, and quite rightly so. Certainly don't want to run out in this sort of situation. That's a beautiful shot. And a glorious shot there through the covers by Alan Border. Over pitch ball, a half volley from Chris Old. And that's going through, 4 runs. Another no ball put away down to long leg, giving Yallop a free hit there. So he made the most of it. And you see the umpire's signal already out there. So 82 on the board now, the 50 partnership between these two left-handers. Peter Willer making the long haul over from mid-off, going into a position just behind the square leg umpire. And that's going away again, and it's 4 more, and this is Graham Yallop's answer this time. And remarkably to recount that this is the best partnership of any wicket on either side in the match. It gives Embury a chance to have a spin this time at Graham Yallop. Border has taken most of him over the last few overs. And he's gone. Tremendous shout going up there, and Yallop goes. Embury has made the breakthrough. Is it too late? That's the question to be asked. So Yallop goes for 30, 4 men out now for 87.
Very well-deserved wicket for John Embury. You see Graham Yallop comes down to push him through the onside, gets an inside edge onto his pad, and it dollies up to Ian Botham, fielding very close, short on the offside.
Kent's off the mark. Yes, it's almost ridiculous to contemplate 6 wickets falling for 60 on a track where the ball isn't doing very much, but contemplate it we must because of the stirring events of Headingley. Kent has won, Border 29, 92 for 4. Little edgy, but very valuable. Didn't quite time that, but the outfield is very quick. They'll be able to cut it off. And 3 more to Border, and the 100 comes up for Australia. 102 for 4. And that's another little milestone. They count those in the dressing room when the pressure's on. 3 figures on the board. Fewer than 50 to make. And that's well bowled. Out of a bit of rough stuff there. Border is gone for 40. That's 105 for 5, and no one in this match now will make a half century. Quite astonishing.
And a very awkward delivery indeed, which, as you can see, bounces, flicks the handle or the glove, and pops up probably off Alan Border's body.
There's a start for Rodney Marsh. Crisald won't catch that. The outfield very quick. And a little touch of sensible aggression there. 109 for 5. Shot for 4. Too short twice in the last 4 deliveries, John Emburey. Once Rodney Marsh cracked away past point, and that one was a very good stroke from Kent. Bowled him. 114 for 6. Rodney Marsh goes, trying to hit it away through mid-on. Across the line. 114 for 6. And the crowd has gone noisily berserk. He's out. LBW. First ball and Botham's on a hat-trick. First ball, Ray Bright. It looked to me as though it kept a bit low. It also looked to me as though it was absolutely plumb. 114 for 7 now. And this is incredible.
And in comes Ian Botham. And fires it in. It's a little bit short, but absolutely smacking home.
And he wasn't far away from it either. Way down the ground to Jeff Boycott. Second attempt, and Bob Taylor grabbed it. Lilly is gone. It's 120 for 8.
And you can see how wide that delivery was. And up she goes, out she goes, and thank goodness for that, says Bob Taylor.
He's calling for 2, but they might be able to get 2. Mike Breedy at Headingley picked up what can best be described as a shock win. He's just 2 wickets away from another one here.
Still 30 wanted, 2 wickets to go. And another shout, this time no response from umpire Don Oslier. Quiet, firm, but polite shake of the head there.
Good delivery this from Ian Botham, spearing it in, but I think just beating the leg stump.
Botham again to Kent. And he's bowled him, and that surely is going to be it. A joyous, triumphant Botham there. Arms aloft again, 121 for 9, and the man that they so much needed to see the back of, Martin Kent. Bowled by Botham in an inspired spell here. He goes for 10, 121 for 9, with only Terry Alderman to come. And who would believe it? Well, what value this crowd have had today. They've rolled up in their thousands today, and this is what they've been looking forward to see.
And Martin Kent whacking that through mid-wicket. Pitched just outside the off stump, went straight through and hit the off stump. Enormous pressure on Kent, and that probably was the cause of him praying across the line of that ball then.
And all this happening in a really glorious day. And who's going to be the man of the match? What a difficult decision now for Trevor Bailey. Botham's come into the act here with the last 4 wickets. Kent, Marsh, Brighton, Lilly. Embury's well, very skillfully in both innings, made useful runs. Ray Bright bowled well, also made runs. And on one can go, nominating candidates. So the last pair together, 30 wanted, Botham the bowler, searching for his 5th wicket. Very, very nearly got it. Well, Terry Alderman on his first tour, first major series, tremendous success with the ball, but rather fancy he's got the jitters out there now. Field gone quite deep on the offside, looking, of course, to prevent any possibilities of 2 or 3 quick 4s if Alderman should throw the bat. It's great encouragement of this big crowd. 2 on the trot, and this is how Ian Botham enjoys his cricket.
Good wide half volley, and my goodness, wasn't he close to that one?
Alderman facing. That's it this time. He's made sure he's taken 5 wickets. He grabs the stump, and another memorable victory for England. Tremendous performance this. Australia finally dismissed on this 4th day of this 4th Cornhill Test for 121. 151 they required. And tremendous scenes here at EDGBASTON. This crowd who really never thought it was possible, but they came in their thousands hoping for such a result. And this is entirely what they've got. Tremendous performance by the English bowlers, but one must add a lot of fairly inept batting from the Australians here today.
And I think that's probably putting it in its mildest form, Jim. Very inept indeed. 121, no credit taken away from the England bowlers there. A fantastic job they did, plus the fielders and the skipper, Mike Brearley, to keep the Australians down and have them 29 runs in arrears at the end. They needed 151 to win, 121 the total. Well, that is absolutely extraordinary. 2 matches, similar type finish with the Australian batting falling apart, just in tatters on the last day. The 2 skippers, well, one of them is going to be jubilant, although he'll probably be a little bit drained after the excitement out there. The other, well, I'm not too sure how Kim Hughes will feel, but Peter West talked to both of them straight after the end of the match.
Kim, as the losing skipper twice running in conditions as dramatic, it must be very, very hard to take.
Yes, you know, we obviously didn't deserve to win with batting the way we did. The wicket today played as well as it did yesterday, and I think for the whole game it's been a reasonably good wicket. The bowlers have bowled very well, but obviously not sort of 120 sort of stuff and that sort of thing. But yeah, I feel very, very disappointed for the bowlers in particular. Have got us in the match-winning positions, and instead of being 3 up, we're 2-1 down. So there's still 2 to go, but we've really got to play well from here on in. And you know, unfortunately, our batsmen let us down again today. But to put a finger on it, why it happened, I just don't know.
Why do you think it happened, Mike?
Same as Kim. I mean, there's a long match in which a lot of wickets fell for not that many runs. I think the pitch is not so good as the commentators have made out, I must say. The bounce has been variable and the ball has turned and it has gone off the seam every now and again, but still, as Kim says, it wasn't these scores. And you can't put a finger on it. I mean, you could put a finger on about 400 balls, different occasions where the match was tilted one way slightly further or tilted back again. And it's just as tight as that. We were lucky to win, as we were at Headingley. You've got to have luck to win the tight ones like this.